Okay. Oh man, I've had a trip this morning. You guys don't want to know about that, but I've had a trip this morning because the worst kinds of things have been happening. I have the graphics options menu open for a reason. You don't need to know about that. That's completely tangential. This is Wildermyth. This is a basically it's a strategy turn-based RPG thing. Uh, the last time I played this was like over 3 years ago. And, it's been constantly updating since then. The 1.0 release has been out for like a year at least. As you can see, we're on version 1.11. And I figured now would be as good a time as any, now that we've wrapped up Blackout Club, to hop into this and give it a go, see what's changed, because a lot has probably changed. And yeah, so I'm gonna just play here. Yeah, the first campaign. Might as well start with the first campaign, Age of Ulstrix. So yeah, this game is very focused on storytelling. So as you can see, each character comes with a story, and I can customize this if I want to, but I don't want to because I don't want to. The story went that I might want to change his name because this is a bit going to be difficult to pronounce. It's your standard fare fantasy random generation. Quistoth. Yeah, that's it. The story went that Quistoth was born in the boughs of a tall tree to a lonely, frightened woman while wolves prowled below. Typically, he was to be found at sweaty taverns throughout his youth, trading insults, kisses, fists, and flagons with other sweaty patrons. He hungered for the kind of glory that makes a great love stories blossom. Okay. I just didn't click on the randomize button properly. Alright. We've got our people, and I'm not going to go into the in-depth customization yet, because I don't want to. So we're just going to load up this book. There's room in it for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. Why not scribble in a book anyway? No one's gonna read it. That'll make this the beginning. Here in my yondering country, something in the woods is very strange. Tugged along by the gentle desire to see friends, a young man named Quistoth takes the seasonal road to the town of Golden Ash. Wonder how many of these soft-glancing town ladies remember me. Well, I guess I'll just have to do something memorable this time. Breeze is light that day. Birds are timid. In fact, the whole world is taking a breath, ready to leap into the sea. I'm there already, huh? Here's the hard part. Getting Brigalia out of that house. I'm sure there's some broken-winged bird the woman's decided to care for, and that'll be... That's smoke? Fluttering flames roost among the far-off rooftops. Quistoth hurries towards town, thinking of Brigalia, a young woman whom he's known since boyhood. Oh, I get to choose their relationship. I'm just gonna go with rivalry. She dies without paying me back. Guess I'll be down a coin or two. Hey, Brigalia, you here? There's gonna be a lot of those cinematic cutscenes. Okay, so we move. This is the quote-unquote battle system. We extinguish. So yeah, you got your grid, you got your move. I do not want to move into the fire, I want to extinguish the fire. So yeah, let's see here. There is, yeah, you have two actions you can see down here, and whatever that feather means. I think that might be the free action, because you have a free action too. So moving is an action, and then I can move again as another action. But I can't open the door this turn. Ah, open door, yeah, the free action. Huh? Fire didn't reach your house? Figures. Brigalia, fire out here! You're not sleeping, are you? Brigalia! That idiot. Why is no one? The door unlocks. Bergalia shoves it open. Yeah, you. What's... Honestly, wish you would have skipped. Get inside. Your bow. Yeah, there's things in the streets. You didn't see any? Like monsters? I don't know. I've got one trapped behind... behind the house. Staying in here isn't really an option. Right. So here, I've got some tools around. Look, I know we're not best friends, but we still find a reason to see each other. Can you help me fight it off? Pitchfork, pickaxe, or frying pan? If it breaks stones, it breaks bones. Can I have the house if you die? If you don't mind me haunting you. Row. Hooves thrown sloppily around beneath it, it runs staggering, bellowing its agony. Ah, delightful. Okay. So I'm gonna prepare. I should have put him next to the door. Why didn't I put him next to the door? I'm dumb. Okay, gotta have him open the door. Alright. Here, and then I'm gonna have, because you've got, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have you move here between the fire, and then we attack like that. There we go. Okay. He's probably not, yeah, he's probably gonna go for it. I knew it. Ah, that hurts! That really hurts. That almost killed her. Yeah, victory! 5 experience. Man, that almost killed her. Okay. So yeah, each character falls into one of 3 classes, and they each get different sets of abilities. Let's see. 2 reaction strikes per turn. As a swift action, make a daring leap up to 3 spaces away, plus half potency. As a swift action, engage a foe, forcing it to attack him. Must stay in range and maintain a clear line of sight. +1 armor per engaged foe. I think I'm going to take Vigilance. And then we get one for you. Pass through the first target and hit the next in a line, dealing 1 less damage. Refunded an action point after a melee kill. Twice per combat as a swift action, throw a jump jaw trap that will deal 2 damage and pin the first enemy who walks near. That is absolutely something I want. Ooh. Accuracy. I think I'm gonna give it to you because you're the ranger, right? Claim. Did it get you? Have some bandages inside. Wow, you can really fight, Quistoth. The creature's death is quiet. It seems to slip from life in a few stunned, hazy blinks. They'll spend a piece of the day getting the flames under control. The damage isn't as bad as it could have been. Townsfolk emerge from hiding to fight fires and clear debris. Some full of curiosity, others visibly haunted by what they've seen. Nalelia must already be waiting for us. I'd go alone, but we should both go. Nalelia? She's at the ruined tower by now. It's a long way. Can we leave the town a mess? Others will take care of it, but Nalelia will be waiting for us. What happened today could be happening everywhere, couldn't it? Something about that tower is just stuck in my mind. It's like when you get apple skin in your teeth. Is it really? Huh? Yeah. Anyway, I just think we said we'd meet her. We should. The tower in the hills. You've been there? Yeah, once. Actually, looking at the tracks, they come and they go that direction. Quistoth and Bergalia follow the pounded path of monstrous feet, hoping for the best and dreading every other possibility. A wordless while passes between them, but the quiet only heightens their worry. You've known Nalelia longer than I have. She's pretty capable, I feel like. Yeah, Nalelia's a little broody sometimes, but she doesn't often disappoint me, you know? Weird things do tend to happen around her, but I'd say she's probably up there now. Figuring things out. In order to find sites in the wilderness, heroes must scout the land, which takes time. Click on an unscouted tile to show the scout action. Yeah, okay. This is the tutorial campaign, so it's got all the tutorial stuff in it. Scout. And different classes have different labor I guess. 3.2 times. If I take him out, one fewer travel time, one fewer day of travel time, but one more day to complete. So it's the exact same day. But if I take her out, oh my god, 50 days to complete. Oh, that's the scout action, right? Alright, yeah. There's no reason not to send both of them, because that's what the story wants me to do. So the passage of time goes on while you're doing actions. Alright, the previous night. The tower where Noelia had arranged to meet Kristoff and Regalia is a place she often used to escape to as a girl. It's 12 days walk away! She knows its room and floor so well, she could survive being chased through them. And now I wait, I suppose. Dust gets deep as rain puddles in here. Alive is alive. Better have a plan if that beast breaks through. You're not so bad, are you, beast? At least you're not loud. The tower is an heirloom of an earlier people. The locals have lost the legend of it. Maybe the boast of some long-dead despot whose name is sunk in the river. But as the old will tell you, precious things go overlooked in a ruin. What lodges amid the bones of failure is often the dream that drove it. That book. Why have I never... Easy there. I guess you're wondering why I'm talking to myself, huh, beast? I'm also wondering. Noelia bends to pull it loose. The book's heavier than the slender spine suggests. Look at all this. It's full of strange stories, the folklore of folk long forgotten. The candlelight leaping strikes no significant bell. It's the weird story of a child watching candlelight against the ceiling and wishing herself through it to a far realm without grown-ups. The Tears of Oak Man? It's a weird, rootless tragedy of a man made of oak who stands on a sea cliff and is eaten by termites as he waits for his driftwood love to wash ashore. The flotsam beauty floats forever past the edge of the incoming tide. The Golden Ash Quilters tells of an assembly of very old people who, instead of dying, take up quilting. They live together, speaking rarely, making magnificent quilts. Noelia reaches the last word of the final tall tale. A few blank pages are left. This book. Something in her feels like it's coming loose, but she can't tell exactly what. There's room in it for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. That'll make this the beginning. Here, in my yondering country, Noelia writes. Words are ready. Omens have formed in the fabric of everything, and she's beginning to recognize them now. Some are just misgivings. They've crept through her body like the sourceless aches one awakes with. Others are more substantial. Now they seem lightning plain, a promise of thunder. For in the wild black woods, where birds once belled, a hateful silence churns. Pain lights Noelia's head. Subsides. I made it to morning? She lowers her bleary eyes. Her story lies before her in luminous script. Empty pages have sprouted behind it. Why do I feel powerful? Spoon or staff? Spoon. Staff is overdone. Open wide, beast. I'm getting out of here. Rager. Charges without seeing, misshapen tusks swinging wildly. Use interfusion to kill from a distance. Okay. Interfuse. Ah, man. So basically, yeah. Noelia is a... Here, I'm going to move over here. Is a mage. Oh, man. Now you're over there. Draw... Mages, or it's a... I don't know what it's called, I don't remember. But they can interfuse with stuff in the environment. So we're going to go with you. And then we're going to go with you. Yeah, okay. Can we... Ah. I know there was like a... Can I... Ah, select the source. There we go. Shred. Okay, and if I interfuse... Ah, man. Oh man, I got an extra damage from a stunt. So yeah, you use the environment to your advantage, which is a really cool thing. And each item has like tags, like it's wooden or cloth, and they have different things you can do with them depending on their tags. Interfuse with an enemy and force it to move where you please. Nalelia's presence is charged against her foes, dealing 1 true damage to hostile creatures who enter adjacency with her for any reason. For each interfused object, melee and ranged attacks gain extra damage. Interfused object takes 1 damage whenever a melee ranged attack is used. I remember Indignance being really good, but the wording on it is different than it was back then, which makes me think it's been nerfed, which makes sense because it was really good. Basically, every time you move, you deal 1 damage to every enemy around you, so you just circle around the enemy over and over again, and they just die. So it makes me think you have to, like, actually enter adjacency and not just move between adjacency, but I'm still going to take it just to see. Fox Quartz, Brooch, plus 0. Okay, great, you get plus 0.5 armor. I mean, it's better than nothing. More monsters roam the ruined halls and rattle the rotting furniture. But Nalelia moves quietly, sensing her way in the dark. Daylight lands on her wrist. Cool wind soothes her tired eyes. I'm still allowed to live? She closes the tower door, gentle to make no noise. That was the Mystic's art that I did, right, Tower? Where'd I get it from? Could it have just happened? Is it just one of those things? Things a woman's born with that might blossom in her life when she needs them? Suddenly I could listen to the bookcase, talk to the flame. I feel the sweetness in that onion plant. Nalelia? Of course, this means I've got some new responsibilities suddenly. First one's maybe to figure out my limits. Nalelia, you alright there? Hey Nalelia, something happen? Yeah, I forgot you two were coming. I'm sorry, I just had the weirdest night and day, and me and this boulder I'm next to only barely survived. Yeah, see that smoke on the horizon? That's from the town. Yeah, that's Golden Ash. It burned? Grrrr. Things are different than they were. Yeah, well, I don't know if you've ever seen something quite like this. A monster? Sure we have. We slay monsters. Okay, well, I do magic. Assault Baron Beacon. Ah. So we got a assault. You discovered a new site. It's still under enemy control, though. Click on the banner to assault it. Ah, man. Begralia is still really injured. I feel like I do belong in the front, and I'm sure no one will mind the view. Hardy har har. A perfect understanding isn't likely to emerge. What these beasts are, where they come from, what drove them to attack the town of Golden Ash, but letting them nest here seems like the wrong idea. What? I'm not wrong, am I? Anyway, a plan. Do we have one? Back at my house it was pretty simple. Kill the beast before it kills you. Yeah, it almost killed you. Courage. All heroes plus 2 damage and potency for the first 3 turns. And then we've got a row and a raccoon. Barbed appendages. That is not a raccoon. That is not a raccoon. Oh man, I love this sort of pseudo papercraft 3D thing it's got going on. Alright, so first order of business. Open the door. I'm gonna have you do that. Everyone else can kind of just fall into rank behind. Alright. And then I have you, because you're not next to the door because you couldn't reach it. I have you open the door. And then you can move into here. What, nothing? For real? Okay. Gonna put you guys together, because so when people are adjacent to each other, I can't read the buff description, but I'm pretty sure that when people are adjacent to each other, they gain, like, bonus, Here, I'm going to interfuse with the furnace, just in case. It's probably not going to do any good all the way over there, but... Okay. Open the door. Okay, and now the raccoon's going to come out. So what I want to do is I want to put the jump jaw here, which is going to trap the raccoon there. And then I can yoink. 5 damage. That's a lot of damage. What else can I interfuse with? The furnace. There we go. Enemy or scenery that ricochets to another nearby energy, dealing... Okay, that's not in range. End this turn and wait for an enemy to come within range, hitting up to 2 enemies with a melee attack. So that gets one of them. Oh, and you aren't coming. Oh, wow, you have a ranged attack. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is... You shoot. Isn't that... Oh yeah, they're rivals. So so the bonds people have matter. So for rivals, you get the, oh yeah, watch this effect. Accepted a challenge from a rival, giving them plus stunt chance. Let's not walk through the... Oh man, he can't... he can't get to the guy. No! Man. Ah well. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to withdraw from the furnace. I'm going to move you here. I'm going to have you interfuse with the loom. Do you still have an action? No, you don't. Ah, God, that hurts. That really hurts. I'm going to have you move here, and then bam. So stunts buff your stuff in some way. They're usually making it do extra damage. Alright. Ah, Shade Cry, a great sword. Plus 5 accuracy, plus 10 block. 6 damage, 1.6 range, 2 stunt damage. Interesting. Gonna throw that. Thing. You can rename it too. Bear Strength Pauldron, 0.7 bonus damage. I'm gonna give that to the archer. The last misshapen creature folds its bones and dies. Blue fluid darkens the dust. Just blood, I suppose. Corrupted blood? Corrupted is a heady word. Hey, look at us. Look at what we did. Yeah. Day drops, day rises, dusk is sweet, the sunrise sweeter. It's not long before they've cleaned up the old tower a bit. I wish we'd get a storm. How dramatic this place would look. I always knew this morning would rise, when I'd gaze into the sky and see a destiny for myself. A destiny to inspire song. Let's not wait to be overrun. We're a company of heroes now. We'll walk the land, we'll fight. People need us. We'll give ourselves a name, and we'll make sure it's the one they'll sing. Sounds like you've thought about this. Name the company. The Army of Secret. That's a dumb name. Rivals of the Winding Gauntlet. That's... Gems Sisterhood. Let's go Rivals of the Winding Gauntlet. After that, the three of them are inseparable. Rumors are rampant, heroes are needed. This world will be flooded in sorrows, but its defenders are joined by a fire that night. Here follow the tales of the Rivals of the Winding Gauntlet. Be remembered. Calamities. Your enemies improve their strategies after every fight. Gorgon. Rager 1. A new Gorgon is added to the deck. Deck is more dangerous now. Okay. So basically, you can see the decks of all your enemy types here. There's only Gorgons in this campaign, I believe, or at least for now, but there's a bunch of other stuff that could come into play in other campaigns. So basically, yeah, we'll be fighting these guys in addition to the other stuff that's in the deck by default. when we do stuff. Okay. Clear all hostile sites and scout Wooden Mill Library. That's up here. Okay. Can I... I can secure. Yes. Burning out the smell is a start. You'll have to leave the ghosts to me, though. Site can provide resources. Now at the end of each chapter, spend resources to upgrade hero weapons and armor. Let's find an item. Move quickly while we can. I'm gonna have Quistoth not do that. 47 days instead of 35. That's 12 days. Yeah, I think all three of them should work. It's not safe to have someone go off alone. I was planning to have someone go off alone and scout, but they might get ambushed and bad things will happen if they do. And they'll all regenerate while they're doing that. A thorough delving through the mysteries of Baron Beacon has proven rewarding. Plenty to satisfy the curious. Chance to rest our bones too, which was nice. Baron Beacon will return to the hands of the common folk. While they tend it, it will provide resources at the end of each chapter. Hides, ingots, and spell threads. And we found a Brooch of Attunement, which gives potency. Potency is like damage added to interfusion attacks and factored into some abilities. So you miss interfuse, should claim it even though it reduces your armor. 132 days till next calamity. So yeah, we gotta clear all hostile sites. Yeah. And there's a river here, so we gotta go around. Ardenwild has been revealed. Alright, now we assault it. Yeah, so now we have Rager as our foes in addition to the Raccoon and the Roe. Ooh. Dang, that thing can move. But so can Bergalia. I want to get that. But there's so many enemies in the way. I have a couple turns. Ha. So whenever she stunts, he also gets a stunt chance bonus. Man, this interfuse is fast. Okay, let's get that armor bonus. And then we interfuse with the rock. And bong. Oh, he dodged it! No! Then we can head up here. Because you can attack diagonally. But I think... Yeah, I'm gonna move up here so the guy with the more health takes the more damage. Ha! Blocked it. Oh, jeez. Ah, blocked it. Just... Ha! You guys don't do nothing. So yeah, I have 3 turns to catch that spirit, and if I do... Oh man, I actually kind of want the... I don't remember what all the spirits do. They do different things, but I think you can catch it. Ah, just barely. So I think it's a better idea to shoot you. I can catch it next turn, as long as I don't end the battle. Let's see here. Why are you interfused with that? Oh yeah, because I interfused you with that rock last turn. So I'm gonna interfuse you with this rock. Grab and draw in. Oh no, that's exactly what I don't want. Ah. Ooh, but I can still hit you with... Oh, it'll only do 1 damage? Alright. Because I can't move away, because it's a heavy action that takes both my action points. So what I think I want to do is use Discus. Can you not use Discus? Oh, this is a tree? Oh man, I thought that was like a rock. Okay, that's a tree. So what I can do is I can move you there, Yes, and then it deals 1 damage because of the adjacency. And now what you can do is move here and bam. Ah, God, that hurts. Why are you going after my... Ah, blocked. Why are you going after my ranger, man? Okay, so the spirit isn't going to move much further. Let's still take her full turn. Oh, does she only need to get adjacent to it? She only needed to get I could have gotten it last turn, okay. Water spirit. Are you alright, little one? So let's enchant the bow, which makes it into a water bow, which makes it do a thing when you do a stunt. Stunt effect refunds an action point, yeah. That's going to be very good for DPS. Okay. I'm not standing in that. But what I can do... You use Discus, because he's standing right there. Ah, man. He's got armor, so he takes 2 less damage from every attack. Man, I did not need to do that much damage. Okay. 2 damage, 1 blocked. Okay, but if I swap weapons... Yeah, because this pickaxe is technically an axe, and axes have shred. So I should have been doing that the whole time. But he's dead anyway, so... Ah, a staff. Artifact. A stone artifact. Discus extra bounce. Alright. What is warding? Oh yeah, that's like less damage from magic attacks. But these guys don't have magic attacks. So we're just gonna do that. Oh, good. Great. Yeah. Can't cancel that. So now raccoons have 1 armor. Alright, now let's secure the site. We'll work slow and methodically. Oh man, so extra armor. Wow, that's a lot more warding. And more spell damage. Yes, please. Give. And another one. 5 dodge. Your dodge is already pretty high. Man, he's got the worst dodge out of everyone. Let's give him this, because I want him to be the tank. The guy who gets up close. He's the only person who's forced into melee. Now let's scout out here. It's not safe to have fewer than 3 people in any task. Because you can get, like... I think you can get, like, ambushed. Polward Wild has been revealed. Gorgons are infesting this tile. They may ambush groups of 2 or fewer heroes. Patrol or take out the source to clear the investigation. Yeah. So if I were to patrol, then I would remove the infestation on this tile, which would make the assault easier. Because it's a strength 4 instead of a strength 3. But I think I can take a strength 4 anyway, so it's a lot faster to just attack. Let's go intimidation. I don't know what all the stat buffs use. All foes suffer 2 damage to start the mission. That's good. And we've got 2 row, a raccoon, and a rager. Alright. So what I think I want to do is I want to let that row come to us first, because it can already see us. So I'm going to go here, and we're going to do Guardian. Meanwhile, I'm going to have you... There's the raccoon, but I'm taking... I think cover works that way. Man, you've got a lot of... Oh no, that's the rock pile. Of course the rock pile has a lot of defense. Then I think I can interfuse with the ruined wall, which then gives me a discus that I can use to attack the fence, which will also ricochet into the raccoon. Ha. Dodged. Ha. Gotcha. And there's the other row. And there's the Rager. Okay, the Rager's actually pretty dangerous. I'm going to swap to the Greatsword because it does more damage. And it has a bit more reach. Right? You can swap as many times as you want. Yeah, Greatsword is like, it's more powerful, but the pickaxe has shred, which is very important for the Rager. So I think... Yeah, I can't get up to that last spot without moving through the puddle, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to move to here, and then we're going to... Oh, no, he's out of actions. I'm gonna throw down a jump jaw here so the Rager can't get too close. Ah, he's behind cover. He's still behind cover, but it's less here. Still hit him. And then as for you, you can still discus. Just discus the raccoon again. Got it? You're dead. And you're pinned. Ha. Blocked. Just murder you. And murder you. Eh. Simple. No one even got hit. Or hurt, rather. No. Yeah. Because you got a little extra XP in that second battle for some reason. After a successful kill, gain +2 speed for this and the following turn. Once per combat as a swift action, grant 3 armor and 2 warding to himself or a nearby ally. Once per combat, +1 action point, and attacks only cost 1 action point this turn. Or even double Vigilance's reaction strikes to 4. I haven't even used the 2 yet. I'm going to go with Tinker there. That's very good for his role that I want him to fill as a tank. Even more dodge. Let's put it on the guy who wants to be a tank. As their breathing stills, they hear the chittering of birds, the buzz of bees. Overgrown grasses rustle in the breeze. Gone quiet. I think that's all of them. It would be good to have a look around. Could be hiding places, or... Not far from where they fought, a section of flagstone appears to be coming up. Nelelia pries some away with her toe, uncovering what appears to be a way below. With a little more effort, they widen out an entrance. How deep is it? Stairs. Should we take a look? Any good reason not to go? Down they climb into the ancient city's underbelly. Slimy things skitter away at their approach. A rancid odor hangs in the air. Torch over here. Let me just... In a splash of light, their surroundings take color and shape. The passage opens into a small enclosure, an oval room. Bits of rotted wood and matted straw form the pale suggestion of a bed at one end. Smells, doesn't it? Looks like somebody must have lived here, beneath the city. Wonder who. Scattered around the room are what remain of a life's possessions. Most are decayed or moth-eaten beyond recognition. A robe, maybe? Or what's left of it? Pity the colors are faded. Frying pan. And some weird-shaped dice? If the Gorgons found this place, I'm guessing they didn't see anything worth taking. But there's one item that catches Nelelia's eye. A small bone flute, set atop a stone pedestal, alone. It seems to have survived the passage of years unmarred. Moon-colored, its surface is smooth, polished by the press of ancient fingertips. It begs to be held again. You've got that look in your eyes, Nelelia. Oh, There was an old wandering bard, Astalata Myling. Said she could go days without seeing a soul, or speaking a single word. All she needed was an instrument, a melody to keep her company. A melody. Wonder what kind these ancient people used to play. The way it's placed, I think it was treasured by the hands that held it. Well looked after. Alright, let's take the flute. It's not doing any good here. Bone flute. Warding and charisma. What does charisma do? Aptitude for influencing and appealing to others and for winning fate's favor, as well as 0.8 warding. Absorbs magic damage. Okay. Let's give it to the magic man. Or magic woman. Nelelia moves forward and carefully plucks the flute from its stand. Just thinking, if it was something that belonged to me, maybe I wouldn't mind someone else taking it when I was gone. Rather it gets some use than just rot away. Taking it, yeah, makes me think the things we leave behind, maybe that's the nearest we ever get to immortality. They put out the torch and make their way back to the surface. And seal the passage behind them. Song would be nice for the road back, one that'll lift the spirits. Great. Ragers now deal extra damage. And we can't cancel them too, so eventually at some point it'll be better to not clear out every single tile. Let's find an item, because we're not under any kind of time pressure except for the calamities. And incursions, right. Spur of a moment. Quistoth and Bergalia make an absurd bet.